Everyone, welcome back to another video. I don't know if anybody else has noticed this, but basically I've had loads and loads of jobs this week of just resetting boilers. People didn't know how to reset them, you know, wanting it to be checked out after, I don't know, after the cold, snap that we had, and just generally just not interesting jobs really all week. It's just been one of them weeks, and I'm not complaining because resetting a boiler isn't exactly hard, as long as you just do your checks, make sure everything's okay. But yeah, other than that, it's just been that, and obviously that I had that Ideal Classic FF250, which I put down to the gas valve. So coming up next is that. Good morning, everyone. So yeah, following on from yesterday's, this is the Ideal Classic FF250 gas valve. And I thought I'd just go over what I was talking about yesterday with regards to the resistance readings that I was looking for. So at the minute, obviously you can see I've got open line because I'm not connected. So hopefully you'll see a change now once I get these probes on there. Hopefully we'll get up to where, yeah, there we go. So 5,000 kilo ohms, which is what I was looking for. Yeah, so I was looking for between 4 and 5. So yep, that's absolutely perfect. So that is healthy, working as it was, and then I'll probably show you at the end when I've removed it, the other one showing 0. Okay, I just thought I'd follow on from that, so we'll get in and replace it. Right, okay, yeah, so this is the old one. You can see the old paint on there, etc. So yeah, this is how you test the old one then. So as you can see, it's got open line on here at the minute. So we'll go across them 2 pins again, the same ones from the new one. As you can see, we've just literally just got open line the whole time, no matter where I move it to, etc. It's just completely dead. So yeah, just thought I'd show you. So if you don't know about resistance readings, etc., then I've done a few videos on it in the past, but basically, yeah, so this is what you're looking for on your multimeter, is this sign here. Now you can just do a beep test. So on here I can just press it a couple of times, and then so if I want to test continuity from one end to another, then just go on there, and then I'll go between the 2 pieces. But yeah, so that's basically how I tested it to make sure that it was the gas valve. I hope it helps. So yeah, finally got that one up and running. Changed that gas valve over. Loads of loose connections everywhere, like they just weren't, they were just like falling off the PCB, so I was having to tighten them back onto the circuit board and everything. Yeah, that took me an hour and a half. Getting them out, that gas valve out, is an absolute pain in the bum, especially, I can imagine that's probably its first one. I don't think it's ever had one before. All the seals, everything was just stuck tight. Even trying to get the burner out, oh my god, yeah, it just went on and on and on. So they're not a fun boiler to change parts on. Well, the gas valve anyway. Next job is now a Turbo Max. So let's get in and see what's going on. Right, so the issue is twice a day they're having to top up the pressure. So PRV. Definitely see it's been passing, the state of it. Right, so just arrived to this one, at F23 on there. All I've done is reset it. Now I'm just going to get up in the loft and have a look at the pump, etc. Right, so we're up here. Pump's down a tiny bit. I think it's pumping over, possibly because of air. Right, there's plenty of heat coming up. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to go around and vent everything, make sure that it just doesn't need venting. It could be that the water level is just too low. Maybe it's overheated. But let's go and have a look. Right, so it's now fired up into full fire. So for a little while, I had the timer symbol just on here, which is just meaning that it's just setting out its temperatures, etc., flow and return temperatures. Yeah, so hopefully that's it. So the filter's probably never been cleaned, so I'm just gonna clean the filter anyway, just to make sure that it's all okay. So yeah, just get my bucket and we'll just get it opened up now. If you don't know, you've got a little key in the back and you can put it on there. So I'm trying to do this at a really awkward angle. There we go. And we can drain it out. I'm going to need 2 hands because it's awkward. Yeah, I mean, it is very black. And it does sound a bit better after I've done that, actually. So I've managed to fight my way over here. It's a bloody nightmare. But basically that header tank is just trying to get past here. That board is literally just on a pipe. Bloody hell, man. Dodgy. But yeah, that header tank is dry. So I've got a feeling that the system's run dry, and that's possibly what's happened. It is filling up now. I thought it was passing over, but it's not, because the actual vent is this pipe here, goes up there, it actually goes into the, you can see it over there, going into the larger tank over the back there. So that's the vent from the system. Yeah, so we'll see how we're getting on. So what I've got done, I'm literally right up in the eaves here. I'm just holding down that ball valve, just trying to fill this tank up. Trying to work out whether there's a leak, you know, because yeah, that was very empty, the whole system. So God knows what's going on. Right, so the bucket was clean. That's what's come out of that filter. And there was more when I washed it as well. But yeah, it's definitely gonna need a flush. But got it up and running now. Wow, the weather today. But yeah, so as you saw on that one, the system, wow, that was that filter. I mean, that was only half of it. You know, some of it even got poured down the sink a couple of times because I ran it through quite a few times. But that was just some of the sediment left at the bottom. So yeah, just them EcoFit Pures, I'm just not a fan of them at all. Like as a combi boiler, they're fine. But I just find as soon as you get some sort of restriction, blockage or whatever, they start to come up with the egg timer, they start to come up with F83 because of the sensors, like the flow and return differentials. If they haven't got pump overrun, if they haven't got a permanent live, if they haven't got a bypass, there's so many different things that need to be factored in with these boilers, well, with them ones in particular, that, you know, nothing, you know, none of that's been, you know, sort of factored in on that boiler. So yeah, it's just, yeah, unfortunately it's just one of them things, but he's going to have some sort of flush done, and yeah, see how he gets on, because pumping over obviously, you know, is not ideal, and there's obviously a reason behind that. The reason, like, obviously, that I'm thinking is obviously there must be restrictions, and the pump is just pumping over because it's got nowhere else for the water to go, so it's just pumping straight over. Yeah, I hope that, you know, I hope you agree with my sort of my workings out on that one as to why it's pumping over, etc. If you don't, you know, then like leave a comment or whatever, and you know, we can discuss it, because I'd like to know more as into, you know, why things happen, etc. You know, what your thoughts are on these EcoFit Pures as well on these systems, because I just don't think that they're any good. I would rather go for like a Worcester RI or something like that, something that's not going to come up with this problem. I do a classic FF250 again. Everything's on upstairs, nothing's happening here, so we'll get it opened up and see what's going on. Right, so I'll just press the overheat. Fire's lit, main burner's lit. So I did notice that the pressure is low upstairs, so I'm going to go around and vent everything. That one, I basically just put it down to that I think the water level was below the pump, and I think it had possibly just overheated due to that, and obviously the amount of time it's been on probably over the last week. And yeah, I vented all the rads, vented them AAVs, and it started working. And I was there for a good half an hour while it was running. Didn't hear no crashing and banging around. It was running absolutely fine. So I didn't just do like a reset and off I went. I did actually make sure, and I always like to, especially when they're elderly, I'd rather stay there. If it goes wrong, then I can actually look into it a little bit further. Yeah, thank you to everyone for watching again. Thanks for everyone liking and subscribing, and commenting as well. Really appreciate it. See you on the next one.